Hello everyone, welcome to Homework Help. If you find the videos useful, please subscribe to the channel. So in this video, we'll solve this word problem using the concepts of derivatives. So as per the problem, a bus service carries 10,000 people daily between Ajax and Union Station, and the company has space to serve up to 15,000 people per day. The cost to ride the bus is $20. Market research shows that if the fare increases by $0.50, 200 fewer people will ride the bus. So what fare should be charged to get the maximum revenue, given that the bus company must have at least $130,000 in fares a day to cover the operating costs? So here we have to find by how many 50 cents or $0.50 should the fare be increased so that the revenue is maximized and the company earns at least $130,000 a day. So the first step here is to figure out the revenue function, and for that we'll have to use a variable, and the variable in this case will represent the number of $0.50 fare increases. So the variable can be x, which represents the number of $0.50 fare increases. So we have to find out by how many 50 cents should the fare be increased. So the new fare in terms of x will be 20, the existing fare plus 0.50x, and then the number of riders that will take the bus at this new fare will be the current 10,000 minus 200x, because for 50-cent increase, 200 fewer people will ride the bus. So now we can use this information to write the revenue function. So the revenue function will be new fare, which is 20 plus 0.50x times the new number of riders. So 10,000 minus 200x. Now we can simplify this expression by distributing the terms. So we should use the FOIL method. So we do 20 times 10,000, then 20 times negative 200x, then 0.05x times 10,000, then 0.05x times negative 200. So we get revenue equals 200,000, and 20 times negative 200 is negative 4,000x, and then negative 0.5. Sorry, I wrote this wrong. Plus 0.5. Negative plus 0.5x times 10,000 is plus 5,000x, and then 0.5 times negative 200 will be negative 100. We can rearrange the terms and combine like terms. So negative 100 x squared plus 1000x plus 200,000. So this is the revenue function. Now we should find the domain for this function. So as per the problem, the company can serve a maximum of 50,000 people. So that means the expression for the number of riders we got, 10,000 minus 200x, should be less than or equal to 15,000. And at the same time, so the number of riders cannot be less than or equal to 0, because if it's equal to 0, then the revenue will be 0. So it should be greater than 0. So this is the inequality we can solve to find the domain for x. So the first step is to divide both, subtract 10,000 from both, from all sides. So we get negative 10,000, and the 10,000 in the middle will cancel each other out. So, and then negative 200x and less than or equal to 5,000. Now we can divide each term by negative 200 to isolate x. The negative 200 in the middle will cancel each other out. Now whenever we multiply or divide an inequality by a negative number, the inequality sign flips. So on the left side, so we get 50 is greater than x, and x is greater than or equal to, so we do 5,000 divided by negative 200, which is equal to negative 25. So that means x can be any value greater than or equal to negative 25 at less than 50. Now we can find the derivative of this revenue function, because we have to find the fare that will maximize revenue. So maximum revenue means the x value for this function at the peaks, because at the peaks the slope of the tangent is equal to 0. So we'll find the derivative of this function and set it equal to 0 and then solve for x. So we'll find the derivative. So prime of r equals, so for the first term we can use the power rule. So negative 100 is the coefficient, and as per the power rule the derivative of x square is 2x, and then plus the 1000 is the coefficient, so it will stay as it is, and the derivative of x is 1, and then the derivative of 200,000 is 0. So now we can set this derivative equal to 0 and solve for x. So negative 100 times 2 is negative 200 plus 1000, and now we can add 200x to both sides. So the 200x's on the right side will cancel each other. So we get 200x equals 1000, and now we should divide both sides by 200. So 200s on the left side will cancel each other out, and we get x equals 5. Now this x value is in the domain we just found for x, so that means this is a valid value for x. Now we'll use three values for x, the negative 25, 5 and 50, to find the revenue for this bus service and see which of these x values give us the maximum revenue. So we'll use this revenue function that we found. So the revenue function was, I'll write it here on the side. So negative 100 x squared plus 1000x plus 200,000. So we'll start with x as negative 25. So r at negative 25 equals negative 100 times negative 25 squared plus 1000 times negative 25 plus 200,000. So r at negative 25 is equal to, so we can do this calculation in the calculator. So negative 100 times negative 25 squared plus 1000 times negative 25 plus 200,000. So I got $112,500. So that's the revenue when x is negative 25. Next we'll sub in x is 5, so we'll get negative 100 times 5 squared plus 1000 times 5 plus 200,000. So now I can use the calculator to evaluate this expression. So negative 100 times 5 squared plus 1000 times 5 plus 200,000. So I got $20,2500. Now we can find the revenue for x equals 50. So we do negative 100 times 50 squared plus 1000 times 50 plus 200,000. So the revenue at 50 is equal to, so negative 100 times 50 squared plus 1000 times 50 plus 200,000. So I got 0. Now we have to find the fare that maximizes revenue, and we got the maximum revenue for x equals 5. And this revenue exceeds the minimum revenue that the company wants to earn, the 130,000. That means the valid value for x is 5. Now we have to find the fare that the company should charge. So the new fare should be, so the expression for new fare is 20 plus 0.50 times 5. And this can be simplified to 20 plus, so 0.5 times 5 is 2.5. So the new fare should be $22.50. So the company should charge $22.50 to maximize revenue. So this should be the final answer for this problem. So these are the steps you have to keep in mind to solve a problem like this one. So for this problem, we finding the domain for the revenue function is tricky. So we just need to understand how we can set up the number of riders expression as being less than or equal to 50,000, because that's the maximum capacity, and it should also be greater than 0 because the company has to serve at least one person in order to earn revenue. So I hope you'll find this video useful. Please share it, like it, and subscribe to Homework Help. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.